You say you're evolving. You post quotes about healing. You tell people you're doing better. But inside, you still wake up tired, still flinch at kindness, still feel like you're running. And maybe that's the truth. You're not really growing. You're just surviving. But dressing it up in productivity. Because surviving looks good now. It's clean routines, it's gym selfies, it's "I've got this," with a shaking voice. You learned to keep moving, because slowing down meant feeling, and feeling meant remembering, and remembering hurt too much. So you called it growth, because growth feels more powerful than pain. You checked off goals, you managed your emotions, you called it self-discipline, but it was self-protection, it was survival, and no one knew, because it looked impressive. You stopped telling people when you were struggling, because they called you strong, and strong people don't complain. So you buried the panic. You laughed through the anxiety. You smiled over the cracks. You survived by shrinking, by becoming smaller than your emotions, by learning to disappear, even in plain sight. And now, you don't know how to say, "I'm tired of holding it all alone." Growing feels like expanding. Surviving feels like freezing. Growth welcomes mistakes. Survival fears them. Growth moves with grace. Survival moves with pressure. Growth lets you breathe. Survival holds its breath. And you've been holding your breath for years and calling it discipline. Your heart races, but you say you're fine. Your shoulders tighten, but you smile through it. Your stomach aches, but you keep pushing forward. Because rest feels wrong. Stillness feels unsafe. Joy feels suspicious. You're not lazy. You're in defense mode. Your nervous system doesn't trust peace because it never got to learn it. Healing isn't a straight line. It's messy, uncomfortable, unfiltered. Sometimes it looks like doing nothing. Sometimes it sounds like crying in the shower. Sometimes it means canceling plans and staying in bed. But that's not failure. That's the moment you finally stop pretending. The moment you whisper, "I want more than survival." And that whisper, that's where growth begins. Growth isn't loud, it's soft. It doesn't shout, "I've made it." It whispers, "I'm safe now." Growth doesn't need validation, it needs gentleness. You're not behind, you're just healing. You're not slow, you're just learning a new rhythm. You're not weak, you're just finally tired of pretending you're not. Subscribe for weekly stories that sound like your inner voice. The one that says, you're allowed to grow slowly. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to want peace, not just progress. Because growth isn't a performance, it's a homecoming.